What's going on, people? So I don't remember exactly when these phones came out, but I thought that they'd sit around for a while because that's how phones generally are. They come out, they sit for a bit, and then you get them whenever you feel like getting them, usually for a significantly cheaper price. But in this particular case, that did not happen. They sold out, I want to say the same day, even though I only saw them in two sites, I think Foot Locker and Finish Line. They still sold out pretty quickly, and I was like, well, maybe they'll have them locally. Didn't see them locally, so I was like, well, I guess I'm just gonna miss out on these. And then I moved on. But later, E-Money Shoes, he came through for me. They finally trickled around over out there to Hawaii where he is, and he saw them in my size and was kind enough to pick up a pair for me in exchange for me giving him the money for them, of course. So now here we are. Before we get too deep into this, I feel like I look normal, but I had some dental work done a little while ago, and it seems like things are feeling a little better now. You know, I was just on a live with DJ Dells, and things are feeling pretty good, so otherwise I was gonna wait off on doing this. But if for some reason it looks like I might be talking a little funny, that would be why. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get on into this, shall we? Also, thanks to everybody that came through last night with the movie live and all that. I do appreciate it. We had a really good time there. Okay, here we go. That's the box, right? And that's the side of the box, right? So there's some of the information that some of you guys might want to have. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and jump on into this. Before we get started though, real quick. Any Pepper fans out there? It's a band from Hawaii. They do kind of like the Expendables, that kind of music, you know what I'm saying? Anybody listen to them besides me? Anyways, let's go ahead and jump on into this, right? Oh, we'll read off the side. Air Foamposite One, black anthracite. Man, and there's that smell. The foams have a very strong smell, which I personally like. But maybe it's not for everybody, I don't know. I honestly don't know what to tell you. So, there we go. Take these out, set this back on here, put that down there and over there. And over here, let's see. These things are looking like extremely dusty. Well, not dusty, it's just like there's lint all over them. I don't know. Maybe they've sat for a while or something. But overall, things are looking fine. I don't see any issues, minus them just needing to be like wiped off. But looks like we're good, so we're gonna go ahead and knock this review out. So ladies and gentlemen, it is now review time on this right here, the Air Foamposite One in anthracite, or also known as a triple black, because let's face it, that is what it is. So let's talk about these. And of course, we're gonna start with the bottom. So across the bottom there, what you're going to have is pretty much your very basic outsole that you see on foams, right? Nothing too fancy about it. You got the little 1-cent logo down in the middle and all that good stuff. And then in between the middle areas, you have that kind of like that plate, similar to what you see on like a Jordan 11. And in this case, it's all just blacked out, right? So there's that for you. Now, moving on up to the midsole here. Nothing too fancy over there. It's very much the same as you saw on the outsole, just sideways, I don't know. And again, you've got that little plate going on as well. So there's that for you. But that's fine. It's just more black. That's kind of black and gray in the middle though. And then moving on to the upper, right? Now the upper here, you might be noticing that it's pretty much just black, right? Yeah, so there's not a lot to say about it.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
But the only thing is, and I'll point this out to people who maybe are somewhat newish to foams, the only difference between this, well, one of the main differences between this and the Foamposite Pro is that the Pros would have a huge swoosh on the side, which I am personally not a fan of. These are very much just a clean, flat black, or clean flat style on the outside as well as on the inside. So there's that for you. But all in all, it's looking pretty nice. You know, it's flat, like a matte style, no gloss or anything to it, unlike those, like the eggplants or the royals, or basically every other foam that I have has that kind of a glossy sort of thing going on. These do not. And then moving up past the upper, around here, lining where the laces would go, you don't have leather this time around. You have kind of like a nubuckish, suede-ish sort of feeling thing going on. And then at the very bottom, the one place where you do have the swoosh, right there, right above the toe box, there's a little picture in there for you if you didn't see that as I was holding the shoe up. But yeah, so you have that down there. Pretty much just your standard thing. And then behind that, you have what feels, it's not a mesh feeling, it's just almost done in that similar look around the ankle area, then back to where your heel would be. You have that, very soft though, very soft, with the 1 cent logo again, right under that pull tab. And then behind that, you've got the sock liner, which kind of goes all through in the shoe, right? So typical black style, as this shoe pretty much is. It was mentioned in a Payne 82 live, or no, we were doing an Instagram live thing the other day. That's what it was. And he was saying that part of the reason that these can kind of feel the way they feel sometimes is because of the sock liner, but we'll get more into the sizing in a bit. So past that, looking at the tongue though, everything is pretty much your standard, the same as it was on the back. What you're gonna have here is that meshy sort of thing going on the upper area, got that pull tab, the 1 cent logo, and then under that everything is still very much just the mesh style. Moving on past that just a little bit anyways, you do have some very standard laces right about here. So when you look at those, it's kind of flattish style that they generally put on these, and on these it's no different. They're standard black laces that you've seen on a lot of other foams. So there you go, there's that. We've pretty much covered the whole upper of this shoe because it's really just a plain black shoe. There's nothing really to talk about. But I'm still talking about it anyway, right? I mean, that's why we do these reviews here, because you people need to see what they look like and all that good stuff. So that's why I'm here. I also like to talk about how these things fit and how they feel and all that good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and move on into that piece of it. Now, here's the thing, right? I got these in my standard 9.5 size. Personally, I would normally go with a 9 for the foams because I feel that they just fit a little better that way. I do like that more snug fit though, so that could be more of a me thing than a you thing. I would say that you're probably going to be okay going with your normal true to size, so whatever you buy in, like say if you're a Jordan guy, just go with that, right? And you'll probably be okay. This again is about the Foamposite One. The Foamposite Pros, people say they don't fit the same. I can't comment on that because I haven't worn a pair in forever. But these, they're fine at your true to size in my opinion. But be sure to check the comments because sometimes people do disagree, which is great because they often are putting their thoughts down there. Now, as far as the comfort goes, right? There's been some dispute on whether these truly mold to your feet like they are intended to, but I will say that out of the box, not the most comfortable shoe. You gotta wear these things for a good while to let them get broken in. Is that breaking in process part of the whole them molding your foot? I don't know. I'm not gonna comment on that, but I will say that's what the selling point is, and they do get better over time for whatever the reasons are. So if you're going to try a pair of foams out and you're thinking, if they don't feel right when I put them on, I'm not getting them. Buy them anyway, wear them for a while, make a real decision, and then after like some days, some weeks, whatever, if you're not on board, you're not on board. But then you'll at least know for sure. That's just my take on it. But past that, there's not a whole lot else to say here really. Like I said, it's a plain black shoe. Now, this isn't really the normal style of shoe that I would buy because I'm not much for like the all solid colors and stuff like that, or especially like triple whites or triple blacks. But I do like foams a lot, and this one had my attention. It really did. ever since I saw Tokyo Butter do his video and whoever else did videos, I was like, well, these are pretty alright. So now I've got them in hand thanks to eMoney. Again, also, while on this subject, tomorrow is Saturday. The day I release this will actually be Saturday too, though. So Saturday night, go ahead, head on over to the Who Has the Heat channel. Sneaker battle things will be happening. I don't know who's going to be going up against who, but 8:30 Eastern, whatever that is for you, go ahead and check it out. You will be entertained. So just want to put that out there for you guys, since he's involved in that, kind of like co-founder or whatever you want to call it. Anyways, I think we're good here. So I'm going to wrap this up. Have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I am going to get out of here because I'm supposed to take some medicine. I just remembered that. It's supposed to help with like swelling and pain and stuff. And then I'm going to do some editing and an on foot, of course. Not in that order because it wouldn't make sense. All right. Later, people.